What's up, YouTube? How you doing? I'm Hayes. This is Hazy Vapors. Thank you so much for joining me again. I want to give a big shout out to anybody who's viewed my videos, subscribed to my channel, liked, commented. It means so much to me. I'm just trying to get this channel up and running, and every little bit helps. So thank you very much for joining me. Now, in my first video, I mentioned this Kangertech E-mount. I said I wouldn't recommend you starting here if you're really serious about getting off cigarettes and getting into vaping, just because they're kind of weak, and you might need a little bit more. I mentioned this in my first video. Have you not seen my first video yet? Maybe you should go do that. Yeah, I think it's about 13 minutes, so go ahead and view my first video, and I'll wait here. I got some time to kill. Ooh, let's see what's on Pornhub. Well, hope you had enough time to watch that video. Let's get into this review. So the next two products that I'm going to be talking about here on this review are a godsend. I mean, these were the two contributing things that helped me quit and made it a really, really easy transition. First up, we have this wonderful little package here. This is the Aspire Nautilus Mini. It comes in the nice packaging that you see here. Let me just open it up and get right into it. So it comes with this nice protective sleeve, fancy box. It's got all your instructions, warnings. So we're going to open up that box. First of all, you get a warning, just lets you know to soak your coils before you fire them. You do not want to dry fire any coil that has cotton in it or any sort of wicking material, because it will burn it, and then that coil is pretty much garbage. You get your user manual. This explains everything in detail that you will need to know before you start using this product. These are always good to look over, even if you do it quickly. It's always good to know everything. And this is what comes in the package itself. Comes with your tank. Comes with one beauty ring. That's just in case you want to use it on a pen style. Just makes it look fitted, makes it look nice. That's all that's there for. When you buy this, you will get two coils with it. You will get one extra one that was here, and you will get one that's pre-installed in the tank. So let's take this out. I'll just put that over there. This is it. This is a tiny little tank, but this thing is incredible. It's got a very comfortable drip tip on it. You can always change it out if you don't like the stainless steel. You can get plastic, glass, Delrin, rubber, whatever you like. I prefer this drip tip. I found it to be very comfortable. This is a Pyrex tank glass. Pretty durable. I never had any problems with it. A bottom fill tank, which means you will have to turn it over and twist off the bottom. As you can see, it's got a lot of O-rings, so you're not going to spill or leak. I never had any spilling or leaking with this tank at all. Your coil sits in the bottom. You fill your juice up around the side. You don't want anything in the middle, because that is where you breathe from. So you don't want to get a mouthful of e-juice. Not good. So you close it up. Once you fill it up, this does hold 2 mils of juice, so it's a pretty good amount. I mean, if you work an 8-hour, 9-hour shift, you'll probably have to fill it up midway through the day, depending on how heavy you vape on it. But I mean, this uses really low wattage, so you will not be running through juice. You won't be burning through it. It does have a nice clicky airflow adjustment. It's got 4 settings: a small hole, a little bit bigger, and then the biggest. Very nice tank. This is really, really good for the transition, because it feels really close to smoking a cigarette. It's a very tight draw. melt to lung, especially on the lowest one, the lowest airflow. It's a really small hole, and yeah, I mean, for anybody who's coming off cigarettes, you're going to be looking for that feeling. You're going to be looking for the feeling of smoking a cigarette, that draw. You know, you're not going to be taking big lung hits from a cigarette. So yeah, I think that's it on this tank. Very affordable. I'll get into prices after. Of course, you're going to need a battery to run this on. So up next, I will get into the batteries. And also, I got this when I was about 2 weeks into kind of quitting in the beginning. This email wasn't cutting it for me. I needed something more. I needed that throat hit, which you get from the e-juice itself, but also from the melt to lung hit. So I needed something more, and this thing was amazing. I mean, the best part about this tank, I think, is the flavor. Any juice that you put in here is going to taste like you're drinking it. It's just fantastic. It's an incredible vape, and I'll show you that once I get into the battery. Alright, so the battery that I went with in the beginning, this beauty right here. This is the E-Leaf iStick 50 watt. This, I can't say enough about this. I still use it now, you know, 2.5 months in, and this is still my everyday battery. I use it everywhere I go. It's just so comfortable. It's so small. Fits in your hand, fits in your pocket. It'll fit in a purse. It'll fit anywhere. So yeah, let's get into this one. Here we have the packaging. I, of course, got the silver one. I thought it looked nice with the silver tanks. Let's take this out. What you get with this, I've heard sometimes when people order them, they don't get the charging cable. Might suck for Apple phone users because it doesn't run with those. It runs with a micro USB charger. So if you have an Android phone, anything that uses a micro USB, you're set. You already have a charger cable. I think this set was just a little bit more expensive because it did come with the charger itself, which I have in my truck because I use it all the time. It does come with a small user manual, really small. You can find out about this product anywhere. It does come with an adapter. Let me just take this out. This is an adapter in case you wanted to use a small tank like this on this battery. So that's what that's there for. I've never used it. Once you get this tank in the beginning, I don't think you'll need another tank because that's how good it is. Let's just put this stuff down here. And so we have the device. Don't mind the scratches and the fact that it's a little dirty. So it does look really comfortable. I mean, fits in your hand perfect. It's got a spring-loaded 510 connector. Looks great with any mod you put on or any tank you put on here. Everything sits flush. Makes a great connection. I've never had a problem with anything saying check the atomizer or whatnot. So yeah, right here. 5 clicks to turn it on. And you see it pops up. This is a variable voltage, variable wattage, so 3 clicks changes it to your voltage. 3 clicks turn it back to wattage. Both pretty much do the same thing. You just one gives you a little more control than the other, but either way, it doesn't really make a difference. You got a nice display there. It displays your battery. If you want to lock it, you set it to a temperature that you want. All you do is hold both the up and down button, and it'll say lock. That way, you can't change it by accident in your pocket or when you're just grabbing it, which is great. I mean, if you have set to a temperature, you don't be like, oh, I forgot what temperature it was. No. To unlock it, you just hold them again. Boom, it unlocks, and you can go ahead and change it to whatever you want. I'm not going to get too technical with these products because, I mean, there's tons of channels out there where everybody's reviewed this at least once, and these guys have been vaping a lot longer than I have been. So, I mean, they know a lot more, and they do the uppy closies. I mean, they get right into the details. So, for either one of these products, if you want to check them out, I highly recommend that you check out the other channels and, you know, get a very in-depth look at them. What I want to do, I just want to give you my honest opinion about these products, and I really just want to let people know that these two together were incredible. I mean, they saved my life because they got me away from the cigarettes. If I was just using this, I don't know if I would have lasted. I had really anxious feelings about a week and a half in, and that's when I went and I looked up, I did my little Google thing, and I looked up these two items, found all the channels, and next thing I knew, I was online ordering them. I got both of these products from 180smoke.ca. I will put a link in the description. Highly recommend these guys. They have a great range of products, great prices. A lot of the times things are on sale. When I got these things, they were both on sale, so this site had them for the cheapest price at the time. Couldn't beat it. I mean, I almost paid the same for these two as I did for this and the 3 bottles of juice. So, I think this is a much better place to start. Some people might say, well, you probably don't need a 50 watt if you're running such a low tank, and you're absolutely right. They do have the E-Leaf iStick in a 20 watt, 30 watt, 40 watt, 50 watt, 60 watt, up into 100 watts. Just a great range, but I knew that I was going to be serious about vaping. I knew that I enjoyed it from using this, so I wanted to get something that I could use for the long run, not something that I was just going to be like, oh, it's good for now, but then it's gone. So I got the 50 watt knowing that I was going to be messing around with vaping and trying new things, and I'm really glad that I did, because like I said, it'll fire my homemade coils and whatnot just fine. So yeah, let me put these two things together. All you do, grab your wonderful tank and screw it on. Make sure it's tight. You can set it to whatever airflow you want. I'm used to it, so I'm going to set it to the most open hole. It does have the micro USB charge up top here, so you don't need to lay it down. You don't have to worry about your tank leaking. You can stand it up and charging, and it does have pass-through, which means while it's charging, you can vape. So, if you're sitting there in the library, don't vape in the library. But if you're sitting there with your laptop, doing a school project, doing some homework, doing some work, like us adults have to do, you can vape. Simple as that. Yeah, so I'm just going to set this because I had it a little bit higher. This tank, perfect, around 11 to 13 watts is just amazing for this tank. Just so you know, I paid $29.95 for this tank. And I think I paid $54.99 for this battery. So, I mean, together, a few more dollars than this, and I would take this any day. Like I said, even if you get the 20 watt, just a perfect combination. This has a 4,400 milliamp hour battery. Running it at 13 watts with this tank, or 12 watts, whatever you run it at, it will last you for days. It will not die. The battery's built in. You don't got to worry about taking it out, buying a charger. The battery's built in, and it's so... the life of the battery is just incredible. I mean, sometimes I didn't charge it for up to 4 days. And, when you do need to charge it, it's 5 hours. But like I said, it's got pass-through, so you can vape while it's charging. It's not a big deal. So yeah, let me go ahead and show you how these guys work together. Oh, the flavor is just amazing. Not a huge amount of vapor, but it's very close to smoking a cigarette, which is kind of what you want in the beginning. You want to mimic that. As well as get as far away from it as you can. But yeah, I mean, once I got this set up, not once did I have those cravings or anxious feelings that I had when I was using, something smaller like this. And it's not that this is a bad product, it's a good product, but I think for somebody who's, just a couple smokes a day, kind of social smoker, use that. Get away from the cigarettes. Don't even think about touching another one of them. Get something like that and use it. But for anybody who's like half a pack a day to full pack a day, get this. Please do, because I'm telling you, you will not touch another cigarette. And yeah, I just want to keep vaping on it. Oh yeah, very, very good products here. And the way these go together, I mean, fits in your hand, fits anywhere, fit it in your pocket, take it wherever you want. And it's only got a little bit of weight to it, but I mean, once you get your juice in here and you try it, because I hope you will try it, yeah, you will not be disappointed. So like I said, check out 180smoke.ca. They have fantastic deals on, 70 bucks. And, you know, for clearing up your lungs, getting away from the cigarettes, living a healthier life, what more could you ask for? So yeah, that's going to be it for now. I hope you guys liked this review. I hope you'll join me next time where I'll get into some more shenanigans. And remember, vaping saved you, so remember to vape it forward. Thanks for watching. I don't know where my brain is. Complete scatterbrain. I completely forgot to mention the replacement coils. These are the bottom vertical coils. They are a vertical wrap coil, $16.95. You can get these at smoke.ca. They come as a five pack, and they don't want to come out today. As you can see, I've gone through them, but they come like this in a blister pack. Pop one out. You keep one in your car, your truck, your pocket, so you always have an extra coil. These coils last to me maybe anywhere from 3 to 6 days, regular use. I messed up a couple of them by doing stupid stuff. So yeah, forgot to mention, please like the video, feel free to comment, always subscribe because I'd very much appreciate that. Let's kick tobacco's ass, Canada.